It's funny how women are making fun of Dr. Celiwe's situation. I find it very funny. And the reality or the truth is that some of you, this is your reality.
Hi everybody, welcome back. So as promised, this is the second part of the doctor who married a barber. And I promised to bring the reactions and responses from people. Now, when I went to put this together, I wanted to add a couple more, but I found out that this guy, the husband, has also come out with his own side of the story. And this lady was talking about it. And I'm going to add it to the stitches, okay? There was a few things that he listed that he was going to address about their situation. And it sounds like this guy, he sounds like he wants to embarrass this woman. All right. I know somebody in the comment section are saying we should hold her accountable. She has already held herself accountable. If you watch her actual, videos, if you watch her actual videos, you realize that she is beating herself. And I don't want to add insult to injury. Okay. But the truth of the matter is this has happened. All right. She has been used and she has been dumped. Right. And she's come out to share her story. Even she didn't come here to bash the man. That's the thing. She didn't come online to bash him. She came to talk about some of the worst financial decisions that she's made, to warn and teach and educate other young women to not go on the same path that she did. And that was the reason why she decided to do that. All right. So let's give her grace. Me, I'm going to give her grace. If you want to hold her accountable, you can hold her accountable. That's up to you. As for me, I don't believe in, pouring more petrol onto something that is already burning. Do you understand me? Just let it go. That's only when the person is not seeing the role that they are played in that situation. But in this situation, she already knows what she's done, and she's brave enough to come out and talk about it. So that's where I am coming from. But like I said, to each his own. If you feel like dragging him or go and drag her, that's up to you. But anyway, let's get into what people have to say about this whole situation, and leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comments, and I'm going to come back and talk some more. Thank you.
This is the type of life when you are living. You are living in a 70-30 relationship, meaning that you are contributing 70% of the responsibilities at home and your partner is only contributing 30%. Just because you have not spoken about it does not mean that it's not happening there. It is happening. The only thing meaning I show Dr. Celiwe is that I applaud you, sweetheart. Do you know why? Because that selfish husband of yours left with his selfish self. When you are left with your degree, you are still a doctor. That title, he didn't take it away from you. And this has got nothing to do with nationality. He's a Nigerian. These people are this, these people are that. Okay, tabo best. Snai good. Tabo best. Wenze with Dr. Nandip. Izinto that men made with Dr. Nandip to do. But Nina, you're sitting here acting as if Dr. Celiwe is some delusional woman between wrong or right. If you are 100% committed to a relationship, you try your best until you figure to a point whereby we are born, which you know what, it's not happening. And then you just give up. But it's fine to Nina women, instead of you guys learning from her, because she's not here bashing men. She's not here talking about how bad men are or how bad women are. She's talking about her experience. And she's actually telling you guys, which is she ignored a lot of red flags. But instead of learning from her, no. Women want to find a way to bring her down, but you will not. You will not bring her down. Dr. Celiwe, I applaud you 1,000,000%, including Sis Tandek. You guys, you're like a perfect example. We know men, nature of men, they are providers. So if your husband wants, okay, you can say 50-50, but in that 50-50, you know what your husband is bringing, maybe 90% of the things. What and just say 50-50 because you guys are helping each other in the house. We know that but don't be surprised, there are men who just want to contribute 0% and you are contributing 100%. That is something that has never happened. It is happening, and like I've said, this is some of your reality. You know when they say if he wants to, he will, sweetheart. He will not even think twice.
One thing we need to understand is that we are getting to hear Dr. Celiwe's story only because her husband left her. She mentions in the story that it got to a point where her marriage was physical, and she still begged this guy to not leave her. So had he stayed, we would never ever have known. And this is the story of so many women, right? Women who are educated, women who have their own money, who are in such situations. And it just disheartens me because, the conversation is always, oh no, as a woman, you must have your own money, you must have your own education, blah, 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 before you get married. But when people get married, then such things happen. You realize that the problem here is not marriage, it's not money. The problem is our perception of marriage, how we perceive marriage as an achievement, not an organic thing that happens between two people. Because if a woman who is a doctor, a medical doctor, can be as Dr. Celiwe is, can you imagine a woman who is married, who doesn't have education, who does not have any financial muscle? Can you imagine what the story is there, and how that woman will never be able to live to tell the story because they are there for their survival? If people who are not dependent on marriage for survival are so desperate to stay in marriages, what about these women who don't have the luxury, the freedom to be able to leave marriages? Actually, you know what? I'm saying it's been 2 hours since I made the last post. Zibuya ukuyongena deeper in the rabbit hole. Indoda kaCeliwe sana is Nigerian. I want Celiwe to actually delete her account now. Please take a break. What irritates me is that South African men are going to act as if it gets done by Nigerian men, but why were you as if they don't do it? But what's crazy to me is getting financed by Nigerian. Aye. So uCeliwe xa isithi le ndoda yakhe used to own a barber shop, thatha nge-Nigerian. Hey. Abazali baphi kwenzeke ntoni? This story is not asiphelelanga story. Now that we have discovered that the man is Nigerian, the story asiphelelanga. Because all along I think we were all participating thinking that he can, but Shem, Igan's there to have been absolved. Asiphelelanga story too.
I believe we have all watched Dr. Celiwe Dada's story, where she was sharing that she used to pay an installment of 23,000 for a Mercedes Benz for a man who was unemployed. What broke my heart was the part where she was saying, Uri, I had to run to attend and call out at work. Imagine, patients are waiting for you, you must run there while you are paying 23,000. But anyway, there are 3 stereotypes that I want us to talk about from her story. The first one is this assumption that good men are found in churches. It's a lie. It's a big lie. Good men are found everywhere. But the problem with you guys is that you go to churches, you are desperate. You go to church, there's an altar call. For those who want to get married, come forward. It's only women there. And the scammers are there roaming around waiting for all these desperate women who are going to be going out there for an altar call for marriage, and they're going to come and scam you. Because they know when you know your Bible, you read your Bible upside down, you know Proverbs 31. The second stereotype, I want us to talk about Xhosa women loving money. Our good doctor speaks Xhosa, so I'm going to assume that she's Xhosa. Where is this thing of Xhosa women loving money? Because this woman is bending her back, providing for a man, an entire Xhosa woman. The third one, the stereotype that South African women love Nigerian men for money. Our brother was not even working, guys. He was hustling. For what it's worth, guys, majority of them, they are going to come to scam you. If they're not going to scam you like proper money that you have, you're going to be taking loans for them. So it's a lie, oh. It's a lie. But also another thing, guys, I do understand that a lot of us are triggered, in the comment section. My sister, our good doctor, if you are seeing this, please understand our frustration towards that man. He is a douchebag. But besides that, we are triggered by our own situations. We've been through similar situations. We overcame and whatnot. This then says to me that the type of mindset that we have as women, which is deeply rooted in the traumas of patriarchy, has got absolutely nothing to do with how educated you are as a woman. You can study psychology and still men will dribble you with not even N6. Let's squash these stigmas that come with women not being married, women being divorced, women you don't have to desire to want a family with just anything that has got 2 legs and a penis. You deserve better. Thank you so much, my sister, for sharing your story with us. I hope a lot of us learn from your story and we do better.
Ladies, we need to be very careful about the people that we bring into our houses to clean our houses, and especially the people we bring into our homes to look after our children. So I went through Dr. Celiwe's husband's TikTok page, and I don't know if you guys saw what he posted. So he said he's coming with his version of events. You guys can pause to read what he said he's going to be talking about. One thing that really stood out for me was episode 5. Matrimonial, you know what married people do in the bedroom, and hygiene. And hygiene. I just know, I'm just hoping that that man is not going to come and say what I think he is planning to come and say here. Because he already spoke to number 7, the nanny and the kids version of the story. He did that already. I see that he skipped a lot of parts. And he also spoke about episode 4, gross infidelity. So he recorded a conversation with the former nanny. We don't even know whether this is really the former nanny that he's talking to. For all we know, he could have paid somebody to just pretend to be the former nanny. So in the conversation with the former nanny, the nanny claims Dr. Celiwe is the one who always used to start the fights and arguments in the house. The husband also claims apparently that Dr. Celiwe has a boyfriend at work. And the nanny was like, yeah, how can Dr. Celiwe stoop so low as to go on social media? She came on social media because she wanted to tell her story and also to warn other ladies of what she has been through. And I feel like she has every right to do that. He claims he used to do things at home, okay? But the nanny didn't really deny any of the claims that Dr. Celiwe was making. The only thing that she kept saying throughout the conversation was, yes, I was there, I was there, I was there. Then the most disgusting part out of all of this is he called one of his sons and he recorded the conversation with his son. And he told his son, your mother is a manipulator. She's lying. Why would you involve your child in grown-up conversations? You could have come and told your story the way she did without involving people, but you had to involve the alleged nanny and even your own child in grown-up conversation that this child has no business having. This is a typical narcissistic move. A narcissist will always need other people to come and collaborate their version of events. He spoke about he used to buy them toys. And he asked the child, that toy car that you are playing with, how much did it cost? Buying toys. You are bragging about buying toys. Sir, show us the proof for the Mercedes-Benz. Show us proof that you are paying for school fees. Show us proof that you are paying rent for the house where your children stayed. What are toys? For me, the fact that he involved this innocent child in all of this grown-up conversation tells me that he doesn't care about that child. As a parent, you would care about the trauma that you are causing to your children, but you clearly don't. You care more about your version of events to the point of you including your own child in grown-up conversations.
You know, guys, with this whole Dr. Celiwe issue, there is one thing that I love, all right? The fact that she has something to fall back on. Yes, Zamsheka for Stetengaye will make ourselves feel better as though we were never in a position where we did wrong things for love, where we sold ourselves short, where we didn't know our value because our stories were not online. Unfortunately, esake see online. But one thing I love about Dr. Celiwe, the fact that once she realized that this situation is not good for her, she was able to walk away and she can still maintain the quality of life that she was living. The fact that her entire life was not depending in Doten, her financial life was not depending in Doten. And my message to every woman, Ukuti, times changed, seasons change. Umtshado ungaba mnandi today ngomso ube mbi, but what's your plan? I-finances zakho zime njani, ume njani? Do you have savings? Do you have education? At least then uthe ewa athi degree wazeseka ngedegree uthembe ntoni? Nisibona senzo forever sithengisa imoto senza ntoni? Nicinga mhlambe aba bayagula? We are securing the bag, we are securing ourselves. Nobuhleka nomuntu hleka, knowing ukuthi nobungahamba but nisazohleka.
Yeah, so you've heard from all of them. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. I feel like in his case, he just wants to destroy this woman. All right? And he's coming with disrespect. You're talking about hygiene. Hygiene. Like the other lady said, I hope he's not going there. Like everybody is thinking that he wants to. I don't even want to watch it. But to be honest, when a man doesn't love you, this is what they take you through. When he doesn't care about you, this is what they do. When he doesn't respect you, this is exactly how they behave. When he feels like he's the prize, this is what is going to happen. When he feels like he's doing you a favor by being with you, that is what happens. This is usually the outcome. All right. So, like I said, let her story be a cautionary tale, because these things happen a lot. Somebody was saying that a lot of people are doing this, and I'm saying yes, I see this a lot in Ghana as well. All right, it's not like this is the first time. I've seen this a lot growing up. I've seen it with my own eyes. Even in my own family, I've seen it. All right. So it's not new. It happens to a lot of people, unfortunately. But now we have social media. Now people share their stories. So at least we are fortunate enough to see these stories and to learn from it. All right. I feel like that is the purpose of these stories that these ladies come out to share, to caution other women, to help other women make informed choices and decisions. And so I'll always applaud them. But with that being said, open your eyes, open your ears before you open your heart. That's all I'm going to say, because you never know. You never know what somebody is carrying, what mindset they have after their mindset, what lies behind the smile, the stories, the professing of love. You don't know. So you have to study them. You have to ask more questions. And when they give you the slightest, bounce. Don't say it's going to get better. Don't say I'm going to change him. Don't say what are people going to say. Don't say, oh, because of the children. If this is happening, my dear, you are better off single. You are better off single. I'm happy she left with her life. She didn't end up being unalived. Although I saw a video of someone talking about she being threatened by his family. I don't know. Like I said, I've not seen his side of the story, so I don't know. But these things happen a lot. So be careful out there. All right? Leave the heart at home and use your brain. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so let it be a cautionary tale. All right, open your eyes, open your brains, open your ears, and the last thing you open is your heart too, because you'll never know. You never know. All it takes is for them to not be in your life, or for you to say no. That's when you see who they really are. But as long as they are taking from you and you are being nice and you are allowing them to use you, most of the times they are fine. Nobody complains, because you are the one suffering. It's not them. So think about it deeply. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. You leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comments, and I'll see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.